Station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test. This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system.
And away we go, man. We are live. Thank you all. First off, before we get going, if you enjoy these shows, I want you to take a minute. Just share this video. We had an amazing response last time. It was our biggest show ever.
Biggest show ever.
By far our biggest show. Like, it blew away every other show. So thank you. I can tell you, as a result of last week, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good, and I'm loving life. I hope that you can say the same tonight. We got a lot going on. Of course, in this chair right over here, we're going to have Jimmy the high-flying hippie. Tonight, on a more somber note, big important news coming from Big Lenny. He's also going to be in the chair tonight. And every single match for October 17th will be announced here live.
Jado! That other stuff, get it out of here.
Okay.
That Bolognus, that blatherskite, that claptrap. This is Imagine Wrestling live from the dojo, and this is Chapter 10. And the whole of Imagine Wrestling family has tuned in tonight for only one reason, and that is that EWC, that exclusive wrestling content. And I gotta tell you something, family, you are gonna get the lion's share here tonight, because the journeyman, the enigma Lucio DeVere, well, he's gonna attempt to even the high score tonight against the neighborhood as he takes on the video game strategist, Player One, in that ring tonight in Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be mind-blowing.
The moron's in there stretching already and stomping all around. I mean, gee whiz.
He makes some noise. He makes a little racket.
I hope if he's already in the ring waiting, I guess he's prepared. If Jake Wiley comes in here, we may have to jump to the ring relatively quickly and jumpstart this match. But we got a few other things we want to do.
That's right.
Go ahead and continue stomping around in there, Lucio DeVere. Make it as much noise as you want. We're only live in here, buddy.
Well,
it's only live.
It's an interesting thing that you brought up, Jake Wiley, because I want to highlight some things about this match that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
See, Jake Wiley again in this matchup is completely he's outsized. You know what I mean? But he's no stranger to being outsized, and he's proving every time that he steps in that ring that the only metric that matters is how many slashes you got in that win column. And here's what I think. I think with the power glove in hand, with the neighborhood at his back, well, he's found the right AB combination to knock out his larger foes, much like Lil Mac in the Punch-Out game. But, how do you plan for strange? Huh? How do you scheme for weird? How do you strategize for an enigma? You see, Lucio DeVere, he's volatile, he's unpredictable, and by God, he is motivated tonight. You see, here's the thing about him. He's got an axe to grind with the neighborhood because of what happened at Volume 12 with his run-in with Malachi Gage, and he might bring his axe into the ring with him tonight. But I'm telling you this right now. I seen him in there stretching. He's got his teeth bared. He's got his claws unsheathed. And he's got anger in his heart. What a match do we have to look forward to?
I am looking forward to it. You mentioned outsized. He's also outside, and I had heard just a few minutes before we went live, he's outside getting a big pep talk. Pep talk from the neighbor, John Ross. So we'll see how that affects things. I can tell you, just like last week, all the neighborhood has been banned from the building. So only Jake Wiley, he's going to have to do it on his own. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm excited for the match as well. It has a lot of potential. Let's see what happens. But I'll tell you what else has a ton of potential. Kind of a weird segue there. A ton of a ton of potential.
Right?
Includes one of my favorite segments, the mailbag. Come on, man, you love these.
I don't know why you care what these dummies think about anything, but apparently
You know
do.
what? It's not all negativity, my man. It's all I reviewed these. Some of them don't like me as well. Some of them actually love you.
I'm gonna give it a shot then, all right?
All right.
You talked me into it.
This one came from Susan in Hollidaysburg, and it says, I always wondered how people came up with their wrestling names. Why did Braden call himself the Professional? Why does the Good Neighbor call himself good if he is bad? What is DC short for? Oh, because he has the legs of a 2-year-old.
Oh, another short crack. I see exactly where this is going. Well, let me tell you something, Susan. I'm not short. I am concentrated sexy, you know? And I'd say shortness runs in my family, but if you see my pot belly, you know nothing in my family has been doing any running lately.
Okay, well, short. As far as to answer your other questions, I do think that, the Professional it has a real emphasis on being a professional wrestler.
Right.
And that's where his name comes from. The Good Neighbor, I think, however warped and twisted his mind has become, he genuinely believes that he is a good neighbor, telling people how high their grass should be and where their property lines are, this type of thing. He considers that a good neighbor. I think that's sort of where this came from.
He knows the regulations around various municipalities and communities and things like that. So he's trying to help people understand that everyone has to do their part. And, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. That's all he's doing. He's making a big, beautiful omelet by cracking the skulls of some of these dummies that step in between the ropes with him.
This is from JT from Pittsburgh. So our show goes over to Pittsburgh.
All
That's
right.
nice. Love the show, except for that Paul Heyman wannabe. We didn't like the Paul Heyman wannabe either. That's why John DeReff doesn't work here anymore. No, that's not fair. He just was, there's some personal issues there. We're not going to get into why, but yeah, we feel the same way about the Paul Heyman wannabe.
It's kind of funny. I've never seen a guy who let both his hair spot and his bald spot grow out over the quarantine like John the Ref.
Okay, 2 questions. One, is there a way to get a recording of good old J.R. Jim Ross? I'd rather listen to him than a live DC.
Oof. I got to identify with that. I'd probably rather do the same, too.
Number 2, how do you feel about bringing in former WWE superstars into Imagine, such as Leo Rush or even Ricochet when his contract is up? I think it would be great. Anytime we can have an opportunity to have top talent from anywhere in the world come in here to Imagine, I'm for it. Of course, I strongly believe in our talent. You have guys like Spencer Slade and Bill Collier, the main event, David Lawless, Jimmy the Hippie, Braden Elliott, the entire neighborhood. All these guys are top talent, and I really believe in them. And, we have a ton of guys here that I really believe in. I can tell you at some point, we fully intend on bringing in lots of people into the area. And right now, the quarantine is not necessarily cooperating with what our specific goals are, but I feel like this is not going to last forever, and it is going to come back. Next question comes from Yvonne Burns. Imagine Wrestling needs DC Bentley as the commissioner. This would be the greatest thing ever to hit professional wrestling in the state of Pennsylvania.
I like the way she thinks.
Could you
Cast
imagine?
your votes.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the insanity? Could you imagine? Oh, I pulled the wrong one. All right, Kelsey Long.
You better take a breath.
I know, this is a big one. Here we go. I've seen her stuff on Facebook before.
Uh-huh.
She's a big fan of the neighborhood. I'm wondering what exactly the criteria is when Imagine Management decides who can challenge for the titles, because in regards to the tag title, Cato apparently just decided to give opportunities to any 2 people hanging out in the back. That's how Main Event got their title shot at Volume 12, because they most certainly didn't do anything to earn a title opportunity. Once again, Cato's preferential treatment is showing. It's obvious he doesn't like John Ross or the neighborhood, but now he's just being outright unfair. Cato, you can't complain that John or Malachi haven't defended the titles since winning them when you haven't asked them to. Aren't you the one who makes the matches? Not to mention, due to someone's unprofessionalism, the Good Neighbor isn't even cleared to compete. Now surely another outstanding member of the neighborhood could have stepped up to help out had a match been made, but you never asked, did you? On a positive note, Please keep DC on these shows. Besides the neighborhood, he's one of the good things Imagine has right now. He's funny and entertaining. Signed, Kelsey, a concerned good neighbor.
For the love of God, there was like 18 questions in there.
Yeah, I where's the jumping off point? So, I don't know. I feel like a team who ran roughshod for an entire year over at Imagine Wrestling, the main event, I feel like they were due a tag title match. And to be honest, if the neighborhood was so great, they probably wouldn't have got beat in about 12 seconds. So, I feel like they're worthy contenders and now worthy champions. Listen, I understand that people are fans of the neighborhood. As weird and as odd as it is, hey, when I was a kid, I liked the bad guys too. But then I grew up and became a man and found out that sometimes it's okay to be on the side of good. It's okay to be on the side of good.
So you became a man and you let go of childish ways. I think that's like a wedding vow or something.
It feels that way.
I don't necessarily agree that this is all entirely your fault, but definitely mostly your fault. The neighborhood's been subjugated, disenfranchised, discriminated against. I feel like they maybe need to couple up with the gavel David Lawless and start filing suit.
You look good in your suit.
I'm sorry. I feel like I may have spit on you, and I apologize for that.
Yeah,
that was not my intention.
Yeah, maybe we got to social distance these things if you're going to start spitting all over me.
Hey, whatever I got, you got, and vice versa at this point.
Right. In more ways than one. I really love, this is from Kim in Duncansville.
Oh, Kim.
I really love how Imagine Wrestling, this will be our last one.
Okay.
I really love how Imagine Wrestling reminds me of how good wrestling was and can be, except for DC Bentley. He's like Lakemont Park. He used to be a lot of fun, but now he's sad. He's just a sad, aging reminder of what used to be.
What's that idiot's name?
Kim in Duncansville.
Oh, listen, Kim in Duncansville. The only thing that's similar about me and theme parks is our incredible lines. You know what I'm saying? But that's for a later date. Here's another thing. The only thing Kim knows about theme parks is the one that are named after trailers. That's what I say.
Okay, well, that's enough. That's enough of that. I appreciate all the emails this week. If anybody wants to email us, we're going to have another segment in a month or so. So save up those emails. We're anxious to hear from you guys. Your opinions matter to us. Speaking of another opinion that matters to us, we have a very special guest at this time. We'd like to bring him on out right now. He, of course, is the high-flying hippie, Jimmy. Woo! I kind of screwed up your name. I said the high-flying hippie and then Jimmy, as opposed to
At least
Jimmy
you didn't call me Lucio DeVere. It is
I.
That's right, the charismatic cornucopia of colorful creativity. That tie-dye guy that flies so high in the sky. The guru of boohoo, here with Ken and Bentley boohoo. You like that? That's
Okay.
good stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'll call you James.
He's got rap. I
You're gonna
like
call me
that.
Ken, I'll call you James.
I'm sorry.
Usually people call me Cato. My friends call me Cato. Just people don't like me call me Ken. So.
Oh, I apologize.
All
I'm
right,
sorry for that.
That's all right. So, my mom calls me Ken as well. So if you're like a mom figure to me.
Yeah, I'm like family
Yeah.
after all these years.
Sure. So
I hope not.
Things really. You had a troubling 2020 with Thomas Mathis, but at the end of things, when it all came down to it, you had that match. Countouts were not in the fold. You were able to get a very, very decisive win. How were you feeling after that match?
Euphoric. You see, let's not skip over this accomplishment here. You see, the way that me and Felipe weighed it out is that we didn't just beat Thomas Mathis. We took that greasy pig, we turned him upside down, and we spiked him like a human pogo stick in a pile driver. And then, just to show you rookie high flyers at Imagine Wrestling, who really owns the sky, I finished them off with a 450 splash, like only Jimmy the hippie can.
Absolutely. So I guess that begs the question. Do you have any questions before I hog all the time?
Well, I think it's interesting that you note that you spiked him on his head. There's no need for pile drivers in this day and age. I don't agree with that technique. The 450, beautifully done, but we all know Thomas Mathis had a perfect opportunity to skate out of there when you splatted on the outside there and busted your toe all up, and he didn't. He made a mistake. I don't know if you should take credit for that victory or not. I think his own lapse in judgment is what cost him the match, not the power driver or the 450.
Thomas Mathis made a lapse in judgment by showing up at all, thinking he could match athleticism with Jimmy the Flying Hippie. I've had over 800 professional matches, and I've won over 15 titles. I've wrestled in 30 states. Thomas Mathis couldn't dye my tights. You listening, Mathis? You heard me, pig. Now, what's next for Jimmy the Hippie?
Well, before we get to that, I did want to mention briefly, there's been some, with the Athletic Commission, just a bit of note about these pile drivers and the safety involved. And, you know, we're governed by the State Athletic Commission. Now, there is, I know, some note and some discussion about possibly banning the pile driver going forward. I know it's one of your favorite moves. You have thoughts that we could maybe pass along to the Athletic Commission on this?
Yeah, my thoughts are that Jimmy the Hippie and rules don't always mesh so well. I'll do what I can, but I can't guarantee anything. The pile driver on Thomas Mathis was nothing short of euphoric, and I'd do it again to put my head back in those clouds, given the opportunity.
What's next? What's on the horizon for Jimmy the Hippie?
What's on the horizon for Jimmy the Hippie? Oh, man, what is next on the horizon for Jimmy the Hippie? Maybe I'll take some time and clear my head now that I'm free of that pig and decide what's next. Maybe Imagine Wrestling should worry about what's next for Jimmy the Hippie. You see, I think if I can go into business for myself a little bit, Cato, I think the Imagine Wrestling heavyweight title picture needs a splash of color. It needs some color that doesn't run, color that bleeds tie-dye. So you're listening up. I like bright, shiny objects. I'm coming for it. The top of the mountain belongs to Jimmy the Hippie at Imagine Wrestling.
Wow. Interesting. All right, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We have a match to get to here very, very soon if we can get Jake Wiley in the ring, but I appreciate it tonight.
Thank you for your time tonight. You're looking at Jimmy the Hippie, flower-powered, never soured. Check me out live on Imagine Wrestling, baby.
Great. Thank you. Wow. Oh, okay. Felipe got you.
Shrinking and throwing flowers?
Yeah, how would you, I mean, what are your thoughts about, you know, a potential match with Jimmy the Hippie and Bill Collier? How do you see that playing out?
I don't know where he gets off thinking he can just leapfrog over the gavel David Lawless and get a heavyweight title shot. Where does he get off? You know, I'll tell you what, you know, his heart and his lungs are shriveled and black like raisins. You know what's similar about an Altoona Hippie and some raisins?
Tell me.
Raisins are baked in bread. Altoona Hippies are baked inbreds.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I know, but I had to say, he hit me right in my face with that freaking flower.
Come on, man. These are my people. Don't say mean things about the folks of Central Pennsylvania.
I do like that rap, though. That little, you know, the guys in the skies with the flies in your eyes. I like that. I wish I could. I'm not that.
I was thinking of another rap that I had heard from somebody locally. It was awful, but let's go ahead and let's get to the match, man.
All right.
The match. This is the part I've been most looking forward to. Let's go ahead and get to it right now. In the ring, he is from the neighborhood. Player one, Jake Wiley.
Unique look.
Yeah, he looks a little bit like his opponent tonight.
Yeah, and
all done stretching.
maybe he's attempting some mind games of his own.
He is the Enigma, Lucio DeVere. It's a match I'm looking forward to. Ronnie, if you're ready, lead referee Ronnie here is ready.
He's looking good. Got his mask on.
You ready for that bell?
Protecting them.
Ding that bell.
It's always wagging that tongue out of his mouth, Lucio DeVere. You know, when my puppy does that, it means he's tired. Maybe he's exhausted. Oh, look at that.
He's quick, man. Gotcha. He's quick. He's young and he's quick. And these are the things you're going to see from him.
You know, here's the thing about Jake Wiley. People think because he sits in his room playing video games all day that he's unathletic. No, he's got excellent hand-eye coordination. He's mocking him. He's brought some mind games of his own for Lucio DeVere.
He is, yeah. He's, big strong waist swap.
Lack of size is hurting Jake Wiley. Oh, good technique. Very sharp technique. Oh, there's that weight advantage again.
Grab the top wrist lock. Might want to check those shoulders. They
Not
look
as-
down from here.
Not as efficient as the unbreakable Ugandan wrist lock as we saw. There we go.
All right. Backs off a bit.
Pretty even match. Oh! There's that strategy coming into play. I just see he's brushing through that mohawk like he's strumming a guitar.
I don't know if this is the tactic you want to take against a longtime journeyman like Lucio De Vere,
Yeah.
who really knows his way around the ring.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, he's pulling it off though. Jake Wiley looks good. Oh, there's a single lock.
That's okay. I got it.
Wasn't able to break. See, this is where his size disadvantage really hurts him. He got out.
Got out though.
And they stand off again. All right, take their time.
Get back, Rat. Number 81. Get back here.
May have suffered some sort of nose damage or lip damage there.
These guys go hard. You know, he's smart to get in the ropes, give himself a minute, take a breather. That's good. You know, that's a good strategy. It's a good scheme.
You're not gonna
Oh, there's a gut shot, and he's in the ropes.
shoot him off.
Oh, look at
Big arm drag.
really beautiful arm drag.
One thing you'll see about Lucio De Vere, he always likes to resort to the brawling. As soon as he feels like it's the right opportunity, you'll see him throw a punch.
Right. I mean, you know, and he seems to. What? Uh-oh. Really putting some pressure on that left arm.
Pulls him in tight for that arm bar.
Oh, got the mohawk, I think.
He definitely has a hair. Come on.
Hey,
Break
listen,
it, ref.
if you're gonna spike your hair up with a stupid mohawk like that, you can expect that kind of treatment from these guys. Oh,
Oh, he knocked him down. Lucio was off balance. He was able to get him off his feet.
Jake Wiley had to give it everything he had to knock him down, but he got him over. Uh-oh.
What's he got planned for him now?
Oh.
Big elbow.
Lucio not getting all the height that he wanted on that leapfrog, but he did
Worked
get
out
enough.
to his advantage, though.
Big slam! Oh! And I told you, Lucio De Vere's got an axe to grind. He was not happy with how Malachi Gage treated him at Volume 12, and he is not happy to have to face Jake Wiley tonight, and he's showing us how.
Looks like he's setting him up for a suplex here.
Oh!
Really starting to take it to Jake Wiley
Yeah,
now.
what impact! But we've seen Jake Wiley be in this position before and still come back. There's that tongue sticking out again. It's creepy.
You heard that echo.
Wow, unbelievable. Knocking the... Stripping the hide right from his chest.
Backs him into the rope. What's he got for him?
Oh.
Duck the line.
Big cross
Caught him with the cross body.
Yep. It's too big and too strong for that, Jake. Oh,
That's
no.
got to be it. That's a finisher in 9
Yeah.
counties. Wow, hit him with his best stuff, and he's still kicking out. Early in the match, all his big moves.
Hey, 6 nights out of 7, that would have finished a guy. I don't know where Jake Wiley gets his stamina, but he's pulling it out of somewhere. He better level up here soon.
This could be it. If he hits him with something big here, this could be it.
Oh, man. Oh, going
Slammed
back.
the back of his head hard.
I don't know if he claps that mohawk or just the forehead.
Oh! Right in the face.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, he could have went for a cover, but he didn't. Well, he's giving it to him. He's really giving it to him.
What? You're open.
I think those were forearm shots, not technically illegal. I don't know about that one. That looked like a fist.
Gotta get over here.
Oh, there's an elbow. That was a 12-6 elbow, illegal in UFC, perfectly legal here in professional wrestling. Oh, the journeyman is in a bad, bad way.
Got it. Okay.
Boy, Enigma looks like he is out of gas. Oh,
Oh,
a
he got
Bronco
him.
Buster.
He got him.
I don't get. I never cared to receive that move when I was in the
Terrible move to
business.
take.
Yeah.
Forearm across the face.
Yeah, showing his absolute disrespect of Lucio DeVere, and he's taking it.
I'm really surprised at the resilience of Jake Wiley. He took a lot of offense early
did.
on and been able to come back from it.
You know, and we've talked before about various other competitors' cardio conditioning. Jake Wiley's in excellent shape now. He's a small guy, but he can go.
One thing we've
Oh, look at that knee drop. Beautiful.
learned about cover. We've learned about Jake Wiley. He is quick, he is smart, and he has a way of getting under people's skin.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a mouthy fella.
Yeah, well, a lot like you.
Well, there's
I
only
like
room
this.
for one. That's what I'm saying. He needs to knock it off. Oh, man. There's a chop for you.
What's that do, huh? Someone tell me?
Oh, he caught it. He's
He's biting him.
Oh,
He's biting him, referee.
That's not legal.
He's biting him.
Now Jake Wiley's going to turn into the living dead.
Oh, this could be the opening. This could be the opening for Lucio DeVere.
Oh, man, Lucio's just catching everything
He's gonna
Jake's
catch him
throwing.
with a power bomb.
Oh, there's those 12 to 6 elbows again, Kato. And he's
what are we-
biting himself.
What are we having, a bite match?
It's a good old-fashioned bite-off.
Whoa! Right. He didn't even get him in the guts. That was right at the bottom of the ribs.
You got
Boy, not a lot of force in that kickoff.
No.
Lucio DeVere might have spent all of that last bit of adrenaline rush that he had in it. This match could be coming to a close real quick.
Hey, as you get older like Lucio, as you start to slow down a little bit, and you just don't have quite as much as you used to.
No, absolutely, but you know, as you age, you find another level of mental toughness that I think Lucio still has.
Well, and we saw it here that everything that Jake tried to throw at Lucio when he was in that far corner, he caught. I mean, he just had him scouted. Great timing. Did not stop that buckle shot, though.
I'm not sure that this is the right tactic, that you want to start raining down shots to Lucio DeVere's head. That's far and away the toughest part of his body.
Yeah, I would agree. This has been a...
Now that might work, impacting the spine.
Yeah. He ran up him like
Tell
he was
you
at
what.
1,000 steps.
A little more body to body on that one. He might have had him.
Yeah.
He not his best cover in that spot.
Hey, when you don't have a whole lot of body like Jake Wiley, you got to use as much of it as you can to cover a fella.
A little bit of fight still left in Lucio DeVere.
Oh, firing back.
Block the punch.
Even playing field right now, and Jake Wiley went down to a knee. What a shot. Oh, no. Just taking
Shot.
it to him. There's your
Vader like
receipts.
clubs right to the forehead. This could be it. Rolls him up. Oh, he had a handful of tights. He had a handful of tights.
Hey, good on referee Ronnie for catching that one.
Yep, he caught it.
I could not see that from here.
Yep. He had a handful of tights.
Oh,
All package.
oh, kick out. This match is taking its toll on both competitors, both lethargic getting to their feet. The big shot to the head.
What do we got here? Things are starting to break down. I think the
Another elbow.
boy, Lucio DeVere went down like a sack of potatoes.
He sure did.
This could be. This one's got to be getting to an end now. I think.
He's got a crazy look in his eyes, and it's not the colored contacts. He is dazed like he's 1,000 miles away right now as Jake Wiley ascends the top turnbuckle.
What do we got from Wiley here? This could be it. Either feast or famine when you climb up top.
Oh!
He went for the big double
God.
stomp.
He hurt his right knee. That could be a torn MCL, a torn ACL. I don't know, but he's hurt.
This definitely changes the complexion of the match. This could be the opening that we're looking for here for Lucio DeVere.
Listen, Mario's got to make it to the top to knock Donkey Kong down, but every now and then he gets knocked off his perch and hurts himself.
Punch right between the eyes.
Boy, what a shot, too.
Block.
Oh,
Punch.
there's another. Ooh.
Right in the forehead. Nate takes him down.
He is
Lined up a
dazed
clothesline.
himself. That knee is obviously bothering him. Oh, back elbow by Lucio DeVere on a Jake Wiley.
Jake Wiley, he may be out of gas here.
Yeah,
He may have
he-
taken one of those shots in the face, might have wrecked his day.
Yeah, and it looks like he is on Queer Street right now.
He may not want to get back up, man. He's in trouble. He is in trouble here. Caught him on the side of the ear with that one. Another one on the side of the ear.
Hitting the ropes. Oh, look at that.
Sling
That's gotta
blade.
be it. Jake Wiley.
Oh, just out in the nick of time.
Just enough on that one to kick out Kato.
Fighting hard. Both guys fighting hard here.
Fighting hard and biting hard in this match, for crying out loud.
They have been biting. I don't like that. Picks him up.
He's going for this Death Valley driver.
Yeah,
That's,
this would be it.
No,
This would be it.
He's
As
back
a
to the
counter.
Mohawk. Oh, he hits
Caught
him in
him
the
right
knee.
in the front of the knee. Unique bit of offense there.
Well, you see, sometimes when people go for a chop block, they do it from the back. He went towards the front to hyperextend the knee and really put Lucio out. Oh, my
Beautiful
gosh.
kick right to the face. That has got to be it.
And he is
That
out.
has gotta
Lucio
be
is
it.
out.
Oh, just
It's
in the
somehow
nick of time.
manages to kick out somehow. They are giving it all they got, Kato. What's Jake Wiley? What's he got?
All right, hey ref.
He's got
Ref,
a ring
ref,
wrench?
ref.
Is that a ring wrench?
That is that's an actual turnbuckle.
Oh, okay.
That's a spare part to the ring here.
Oh, Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie is on his game today. So Ronnie gonna discard that. Thank you, Ronnie. You're doing an excellent job.
Hey, turn around, turn around.
Doing a good job.
No, no, no.
There you go.
Ref,
Pin him.
Hey, ref.
1, 2.
Hit him
Yes.
with the power glove.
Oh, he did no
Hit him
such
with the
thing.
power glove.
Kato, he did no such thing. He doesn't have it on him.
Ronnie, check him. Ronnie, check him.
Oh, what are you getting involved with this, Kato? This is none of your business. He didn't use a power glove.
It
He
was
beat
right
him-
in front of me.
Beat that man fair and
Come on, this is ridiculous.
raising the hand of the victor.
Look, Ronnie. Ronnie, look.
Hey, what? Oh.
No. Reverse decision, Lucio.
Oh, come on!
Yes, that's.
He beat him fair and square. You didn't see what you didn't see. That's not his fault.
Come on.
Wow.
Lucio DeVere is hurt.
Yes, sir. There's your winner. All right.
That power glove is nothing to mess with.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What are you
So, hey.
stitching on him for?
Well, you know, I'm the guy that doesn't like that type of stuff. Didn't we talk about this earlier?
Well, listen, hey, the referee is going to be dumb enough to turn his back, then anything is fair game. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cheating if you don't get caught. Everybody knows that.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at my feed. Did we lose our feed?
I hope not.
There it is. All right. So, I'm sorry. I have so many jobs. I'm monitoring a lot of stuff.
I don't like to miss a feed,
Let's,
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. This is something I've been looking forward to. Real quick, we have 7 big matches coming up for the 17th. That is volume number 13.
13, all
In
right.
October, volume 13.
October,
Let's go ahead and roll that footage.
3 p.m. start.
3 p.m., you got it. Seven big matches.
Whoa.
Pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's we have next week till we get to that show. Let's talk about that a little bit next week.
Right.
The only thing I will mention is I was contacted earlier in the week by Kim Chi, and as you saw, no advertised match for Kim Chi, so I'm sure I'm going to be getting some letters, and you may have to translate them for me.
Hey, no
I know
problem.
I know he's going to be upset, but it's an unfortunate situation we've got to bring to attention now. We have to. He's just fresh off of a doctor's visit, and we want to get to him now. He, of course, is the monster known, or the Mountain Man. He once the monster, now the Mountain Man. Can we still call you a mountain man? Can we
Yeah,
call you
yeah,
a
I
man
believe so.
still? This is Big Lenny.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Cato. Good evening, DC.
Lenny?
Obviously, we come on. We wanted to talk about where I'm at right now and, the future. I just had an MRI done last Thursday. I've been to my doctor. I started physical therapy yesterday. What they're telling me right now is I have a severely herniated, and I've heard this word severely from several different medical professionals at this point. I have a severely herniated disc right below my L5, which would be if your tailbone is here, right here at the top of your tailbone is the disc that's severely herniated. Now, while we've been going through all this testing, we also found out that I have spinal stenosis. Which is a narrowing of the spinal canal, which is typically a result of repeated athletic injuries.
As you know,
Professional wrestling, yes.
as some of you may know, WWE superstar Edge had to retire from wrestling, and he was unable to wrestle for 9 years as a result of the same thing that you have, spinal stenosis. How do you feel physically right now? Is the first question I guess we have.
Today I'm having a good day. Like I said, I had my first physical therapy session yesterday, so I was pretty sore after that. But today I'm feeling pretty good. I'm honestly the best I've been in several weeks right now. I'm still limited a lot. I'm working, but I'm on limited duty. As many of my fellow mountain men know, it's archery season for deer here in central Pennsylvania, so I really want to be out hunting, but I'm very limited on my mobility, so I'm still like a lot of my personal life is still pretty well affected by this at this point.
Sure. I guess you've been a big part of the scene in professional wrestling here in central Pennsylvania now for since 2002, 18 years you've been here in central PA wrestling.
I thought it was 2001.
No, well, you debuted in 2001.
Yes, yeah,
We didn't start running shows here
until
in 2002.
Okay.
So that's when KCW, and then of course through Power, which wrestled over town, and then here at Imagine, and so I imagine from we all sort of talk about as we get older wanting to go out on our own terms. Now, so I guess that begs the question. I mean, it's certainly, I'm sure doctors are telling you you're probably never going to wrestle again. But in your heart, what does your heart tell you? Do you feel like they're right? We'll never see Lenny in a match again, or do you feel like there's something? You still have hope that there's something that can be done?
Straight 100% truth. It was hard to see the matches announced tonight, and I'm not in there. You obviously we're brothers. You made that announcement last week. You've been there for every step of my career. Every roster that I have ever been on, whether it's here in Altoona, Pittsburgh, other states, wherever I was at, if I was on that locker room, I never missed a show. As long as I had, a deal with that company, I never missed a show. To finally get to that point and miss a show is incredibly hard. I do know the time frame the doctors gave me is a year to a year and a half to complete recovery. Obviously, at this point, that's a long time. Especially, at that point, I would have been in it, 21, 22 years at that point. I feel like I got more to give. I know 100% I am not done with Imagine Wrestling. I'm going to be there at the next show. In some capacity, you may not see me out in front of the curtain, but I'll be there in some capacity. I feel like I got one more match in me. It's hard to go out on somebody else's terms. I wanted that one last, whenever I was ready to retire, I wanted that one last barn burner of a match, a really good match that I could hang my hat on and go, that was a good match. That's the way you want to end a career. But, obviously you and I, we've talked quite a bit about this, people that have been in the game as long as you and I have, and even DC, obviously we don't necessarily always get to pick our last opportunity. I know you've said to me you wished you could have had that one more barn burner. DC, you and I haven't really talked about this, but I know your wrestling career was cut short because of back injuries as well. So I'm sure that there was a part of you that always wanted to go back and have that one more go. I feel like I still have it in me. I can't give you a time frame for when it's going to happen.
But at least, it's positive news that you feel like you got the one more match in you. And, no matter what here, I don't want to make this sound like a farewell, because like you said, you're going to be around Imagine in some capacity, at the very least, a brand ambassador.
Yes.
As things open up, you'll be somebody that's there to greet the fans and interact with the fans until you're healthy enough to wrestle again. There's always going to be a spot here for you at Imagine. It's just to what end? But I know you're a tough guy, and I know that you got another match or 20 in you. It may not be for a year or more, but I know you're coming back. I have every bit of faith in that, and I think that the fans will be glad to see you. So,
real quick, I want to talk about the Imagine fans. I've had a lot of the Imagine fans and family reach out to me, almost on a daily basis, I hear from some fan of Imagine Wrestling, whether it's somebody that comes to our live events or somebody that watches us online. I'm hearing from people almost every day. I appreciate that more than you could really realize. I honestly do. We have a great fan base here at Imagine Wrestling. I cannot walk away from them. I will always be there, whether I'm in the ring or not, telling people to go for your dreams. Do it no matter how many people tell you you can't do it. Go for them dreams.
Well, it's, no matter what, appreciate everything you've done so far for Imagine. I know you got a lot more to give. I appreciate everything you've done for wrestling here in Central Pennsylvania. So let's, we're going to be in a lot of contact because,
we're brothers.
It'll be over for Thanksgiving. So,
like I said, I'm just going to keep hammering with the physical therapy. I do have an appointment with a spinal surgeon here on the 23rd down in Pittsburgh. Hopefully after that, I'll know a little bit better time frame as to when or if I can ever actually step back into the ring at that point.
Okay. Well, let's keep us updated. Come back
Absolutely will.
Come back on
That's on
periodically.
I was going to say that's a Friday, so I should be able to come in like the following Wednesday
Sounds
and
good.
give us an update.
Sounds good. If nothing else.
Hey, wait a second, pal. You're not going anywhere without me saying something to you first. I want to take you back February 2005, Frankstown Armory. You were there when I took my very first bump as a professional wrestling. Fast forward 12 years. July 2017, West Newton, Pennsylvania. You were there when I took my very last bump. I would be honored and privileged to be present when you do decide that you're ready to take your last bump. And as a wrestler, I say thank you. As a friend, I say I love you. And as a fan, there is only one appropriate gesture, and that's this.
Thank you.
We love you, Lenny.
Thank you, Lenny. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you for updating. We'll see you soon.
Love you
back,
guys.
Bring us some edibles again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
like
be back.
edibles.
I'll do some more fun stuff here. I'll definitely be back.
Okay. Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Well, how do we close after that? So, it's difficult, man. It's difficult. You feel for a guy who loves wrestling not to be able to do it every time he wants to, but I really genuinely believe that he's going to work hard in rehab, and maybe it'll be a year, maybe it'll be a year and a half, but I don't think we've seen the last of Big Lenny.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, let's move on. We're almost to the end now. Let's talk about real briefly here about next week. Next week, live in the studio, weird segue, but Lance Payne has challenged Brady and Elliott, not to a match, but as he called it, an athletic contest.
What does that mean?
I guess we'll all find out together.
Like squat thrusts on the hard ground, calisthenics.
Perhaps.
You know what these country folk around here, they do these burpees, but they call them hiccups. Maybe one of them.
I've never heard them called hiccups. But
They call them hiccups because the hiccups go up and then the hiccups come down and they go back up again.
I would like to remind you that these are my people, and I am going to punch your face if you keep this
Ay,
fair
come
game.
on. I don't want that. Work hard to keep this together.
Our guest in this same chair, you want to talk about polar opposites. We had Big Lenny and Jimmy the hippie in this chair.
Right.
next week we will have the sideshow psycho, Malachi Gage.
The neighbor from your nightmares, mallet in hand.
So close to no singing.
Definitely,
So close.
Boo Boo. Don't forget me, Joe Eccles.
And live in the ring, we will have Alpha, Rick Matthews,
Big Truck.
taking on, and I'm sure going to be furious, Kim Chi.
Oh, all right. The foreigner in a strange land, the world traveler, Kim Chi. I'm excited to see him again.
So that concludes our show for this week. I know we're kind of leaving it on a down note, but you know, we're hopeful for Lenny. We're hopeful that he loses those sunglasses for next week. We appreciate you all tuning in. We'll see you next time.